Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls, and welcome to Storytime. Today we've got a very special story called The Most Patient Man, and it's about a prophet called Nabi Ayyub. So if you're ready, let's start. The prophet Ayyub was a great prophet who lived in the 9th century before Christ in Damascus next to Syria. And his story sets a very important example for all of us. Besides having great wisdom and great compassion, Nabi Ayyub alayhi salam was also a very, very rich man. He had so many animals, he had vast fields, he had a large family and so many friends. And he was always very thankful to Allah, and he was a sincere servant of Allah. And he was always asking other people to worship Allah in the same way that he did. But Shaitan wanted to make trouble for him. And Shaitan told everybody, the only reason Nabi Ayyub is praying to Allah and thanking Allah is because he is so rich and he has so much. If his blessings were taken away, or if he was as poor as the rest of us, he would not worship Allah and he would not be grateful to Allah anymore. So to put him to the test and to set an example for everybody, Allah struck Nabi Ayyub with a series of problems. His cattle and his crops were all destroyed. His children became sick. And worst of all, Nabi Ayyub became very, very sick and had to stay in his bed for many years. Within a very short period of time, Nabi Ayyub became very poor, and his friends started to leave him one by one. But Nabi Ayyub was not angry, and Nabi Ayyub's faith was not shaken. He put his entire trust in Allah, and he was confident that Allah knew the best about everything and that Allah would have a good plan for him. Nabi Ayyub used to say, "Oh Allah, I have so many problems, but I know that you are the most merciful of the merciful." When the suffering and the loneliness and the sickness of Nabi Ayyub became unbearable, Nabi Ayyub turned to Allah and he prayed and he still said, "Oh Allah, I am overcome by distress. I have so many problems, but I know that you are still the most merciful of all the merciful." Allah heard Nabi Ayyub's beautiful prayer, and he put an end to the long and terrible hardship that Nabi Ayyub had suffered. He asked Nabi Ayyub to strike the ground with his feet. And when he did that, as if by miracle, a spring of water gushed forth. No sooner had Nabi Ayyub taken a bath in this fresh spring water, his illness was cured and he regained his former health and strength. Because Nabi Ayyub had shown so much patience through the worst of disasters, Allah not only rewarded him with great rewards in the hereafter, but he also increased the prosperity and the wealth and the health that he had enjoyed before. He had a new family of many sons and many daughters. He lived to a very old age. Nabi Ayyub became so rich again that people used to say, "It is as if it rains gold on Nabi Ayyub." Wasn't that a special story? I think what this story teaches us is no matter what we're going through, no matter how hard life might seem at the moment, as long as you stay patient and you keep your trust in Allah, inshallah everything will get better.